Okay, so today we're going to keep talking about how we're identifying whether or not a relationship between two things is proportional or not. Now this is an example that actually I got a little bit of a problem with it because it doesn't really relate to you guys because we don't have these kind of things anymore. Now if you want to use the internet, you would go to, if you're not at home, you could go to the library, you could go to any place, McDonald's, Dunkin' Donuts, Panera, Cosi, a million other places in town. Free Wi-Fi. So this idea of using an internet cafe is a bit dated, but it does teach us a lesson. And what I want you to think about is, where does this number come from, the 7? Because we're going to try to fill in the 2.5, the number of hours for $17 of cost, and the cost for 8 hours of use. So what are your thoughts in terms of, can someone describe for me where the 7 comes from? If you've read the problem. Nicole, what do you think?
It's the service fee costs $5 and it's $2. It's an extra $2 for every hour you use it.
Okay, so the 7 is a $5 service fee plus $2 times how many hours? Right there. 1. Okay, so this is kind of the formula, if you will. $5 service fee plus $2 times 1 hour. So a lot of you might have had what for 2? I noticed just walking around I saw some people had 14.
Yeah.
Is 14 right?
No.
No. Why not?
Oh, no.
Why is 14 wrong, Bryce?
Because the $5 service fee is only one time.
Right, because the $5 service fee here in this problem is a one-time service fee. So really what you should have here, if you apply the same formula to get the cost for 2 hours of internet use, you have the $5 service fee plus $2 per hour times how many hours now?
2.
Times 2 hours. 5 plus 2 times 2 is 4, so this is the number of hours. I'm just going to fix that. So this should be what, Kyla? 9. All right. What about the 5? 5 hours of internet use. What do you have for that? And if you don't have the right answer, use this approach. Or another approach. There's another way to do it too. Tucker, what do you have for 5 hours of internet use? 15? Do you agree with that?
Yeah. Yes.
Leah, you agree? You do agree? Okay. Cole, you agree with 15? Can you explain how to get it? Please do.
Okay. So we had 2, so 1 to 7, and then the 5 plus the 2 is 7, and then the extra 2, the other $2 is 9, and then plus 3 hours. So you're skipping it at 3 hours, and then $2 for each hour, so 3 times 2 is 6.
Great. It's a good way to look at it. So you're going from 2 hours to 5 hours. So you're increasing your usage plus 3 hours. And Cole says, I remember that it's $2 per hour, so the difference between here and here should be 6 more, because 3 hours times $2 per hour, so you should get 15. But if you look at it this way, you still got the $5 service fee, plus $2 per hour for how many hours? 5 hours in total. 5 plus 10, you still have your 15. So it's another way to get it. I had somebody in an earlier class who said, you know what I did was I put in another couple of columns here. I said for 3 and 4, she noticed that it was jumping by 2. So 7 to 9 to 11 to 13, which made her feel really good that it was 15 was the cost for 5 hours. That same student also did this too. They said for 0 hours, it was 5. I would suggest you guys do that because that really helps you see where it is for 0. Now, if you remember what makes a proportional relationship, a relationship is proportional if its graph is a straight line starting at the what, Francisco?
Origin.
At the origin. What does that mean, the origin? What's the coordinates of the origin?
0, 0.
0, 0. So here we have 0 for the x, and 5 for the output or y value. So do we have the origin represented here in this data table? We do not. So just from that alone, you could say this relationship is not going to be proportional because it doesn't start or pass through the origin. All right, but let's finish it out. If we've got 1 hour costs $7, 2 hours 9, 3 11, 4 13, 5 15, how many hours is it going to cost for $17? Nora, what do you think?
6.
$6 or 6 hours. Okay. And Stephen, how much are 8 hours of use going to cost?
It's gonna be
21.
21.
Okay. Again, if it helps you, think of it this way: the $5 service fee plus $2 per hour for 8 hours, 5 plus 16, $21. So if you were to plot those points and connect the dots, that graph of that data is what? What does it look like? What should it look like? It should look like a straight line. Does it or does it not go through the origin, though? It does not go through the origin. So you would say that relationship is not proportional.